So interior is absolutely mint. I've never sort of had a car this tidy. It almost looks new. People get in and go, have you got a new car? There's a little mark here. It's just sticky tape that I haven't wiped off from when they installed the dash. Yeah, it's pretty tidy. It's a little bit dirty. Ignore my feet. So it's got 95,500 Ks on it. Everything dash-wise works. Rev smoothly. All the buttons work. So snow mode goes on and off as it should. Power mode, power goes on, power goes off. The suspension, now this doesn't really work in Australia, just because it's based on GPS, but it still works. It does tighten the car up a little bit, but it's not too much. So if you flick, I've always got it in sport, just so it's a little bit tighter, but goes to normal and sport, it all works. Traction control button, that also works, but you probably shouldn't be using that unless you want to ruin your tyres and your diff. This here is how I've set up the Bluetooth. So it runs down into here. This cable here runs up into the back of the head unit, and it works through the TV. Yeah, so you've got an actual TV tuner, which doesn't work in Australia. You just get radio, and then you've got actual video. So if, for example, you wanted to put a Chromecast in or something, you can do that. I've done it, and then I pulled it out because it was useless. Unless you put a lockout in, the video goes off when you're driving and you take the handbrake off. So if I go like this, pull the handbrake off, the video goes off. And I put the handbrake back on, the video goes back on. But the audio works even when the video doesn't. The swinging vents, these work. They just take their time, they're a bit slow, same as all of them. This one's a little bit gummed up. They're just gummed up from sitting there, not really moving. I don't use the swing vent. I just sort of leave it sitting there. They do work though. They move. They're just a little bit stiff. All these work. Driver's side as well. Probably a little bit stiff. Yep, it's stiff, but it works. The vent works. The mirrors go in and out. Both work. Mirror controls work as well, both sides. All the wipers work. There goes all my effort cleaning the windows. Headlights work, go on and off. Foggies work as well. Foggies go on and off. These are HIDs and they're self-leveling, so they're not going to do it because I've just had them on. But when you turn them on, they do change colour and move up and down a little bit, just until they're level. The auto headlights work. So the sensor's up there. I will quickly turn the flash on just to show you. They should turn off. Okay, it's not bright enough. They all work though. I just leave them on all the time because it looks better. Seats are all nice. Bit of marks from my bag sitting on it. This all works. Got if you want to impress your friends, we've got the Japanese TV remote because there's actually a Japanese TV tuner under this seat. I can walk you through that separately. All the compartments work. Got my KFC wet wipes, my ashtray that's never been used. It's got a tomato sauce packet in it, probably from having a meat pie. The cigarette lighter never been used either, so I'm assuming the car's a non-smoking car. It doesn't smell like all the Japanese cars smell, just smells fully JDM, fully sick. The little coin pocket works, comes in and out. Where's the button? Where is it? Yeah, okay, there you go. Comes in and out, works perfectly fine. I'll run you through the back seats. Yeah, also all the memory seating works, electronic seats work, both front and rear. I'll show you my one. works. All windows work. The rear tint is quite dark. It's just a Japanese thing. They like to tint the shit out of the back windows and leave the front ones nice and clear. All the overhead lights work. There is actually, so this is an ion cleaner, so basically if it detects that there's stuff in the air, it cleans it up. So for example, if you fart in the car, it it gets rid of the smell really quick. I have installed a EBC throttle controller, mostly just to save petrol, to be honest. When you've got it in the eco mode, it dulls the throttle response, makes it use a lot less petrol. Does have the ultimate, which I don't really use. I've got it on 1 because it's just too much. But that just tightens up the throttle response a bit. Now yeah, got the door lights, projectors both sides. The passenger doesn't have it. Passenger's got the courtesy light. Interior is just full of crap from me cleaning the car, but it's really tidy. All factory floor mats, very plush, not destroyed at all. Rear passenger aircon works. These controls work, so I can change the head unit from back here. Not that you probably want to tell your friends that, or they'll sit in the back changing a radio for you. This all works. There's a dash cam I've been meaning to install but haven't. These are the original factory door lights. There's projectors in there now, but you probably want to leave the projectors. I think everyone sort of likes those. Everything works back here. The ashtrays, again, unused. Auto windows work, both sides. That's the interior. Let me just grab the keys so I don't lock myself out. Where did I put those? There you go, from that side of the seat. The key is a proximity key. I've also got these, which are a pretty rare factory option. I think it was about 1 in 500 cars was actually optioned with those. Just courtesy lights. They're pretty nice. Make the car look a little bit nicer. Full disclosure, these rear guards have been professionally cut and sealed, really just to stop the tyres scrubbing, because it is quite low. Only the 2 rears have been done. The fronts, they've got a bit of a factory roll on them. They're quite, it's in the flash on. They're quite nice. The factory ones, there's a lot of room for wheels under there, so if you do want to lower it a little bit more, easily done, and you will fit wheels. So here you go. It's been quite nicely done. All been professionally sealed. No rust is going to pop up here. But yeah, they're really tidy. They've been done quite nicely. All the lights work, front and rear. The boot is a little bit stiff. It's just because, again, the gas struts have gone. Boot's filthy, full of crap, but it is enormous. There's a spare tyre in there as well, full size. Yeah. Rear windows are quite filthy. This is also something the bloke in Japan's done, but I kind of like it. I wouldn't want to replace it back to the regular rubber dick hanging out the top. These here, Junction Produce mirrors, they're actually quite pricey. Oh yeah, the full kit as well. So it's got the full Tom's kit. The factory option Tom's exhaust as well. This full piece here is quite hard to find. This probably just a parking mark. It had it when I bought the car. Doesn't bother me too much. Yeah, other than that, it's actually a really tidy car. No real damage. There's a couple of little marks from just being a daily driver, but yeah, it's really quite tidy. Yeah, there's the front. So the headlights have all been restored, nice and clean. It's got the gold badge, which is also a bit rare. Let me just pop the hood for you. There you go, there's your Japanese service sticker. Since I've owned it, I've serviced it every 5,000 Ks with Penrite. I've got a bottle of Penrite in the back actually, because I buy 10 litres because you need 6 litres for this. The engine's pretty spotless. Runs nicely, never had any issues with temp. Let me just hold it up so you can see. Super dry. No leaks at all. I'll just pop the cover off. Super tidy. Again, no leaks. Everything running as it should. There is a bit of ticking, worried me initially. Took it to a bloke who specialises in these cars. It's actually just the direct injectors, and they all do it, so they all tick. It's when they're at idle, they've got the port and direct injection, and the port injection doesn't make noise, but when you've got the direct injectors going, it makes a lot of noise. It just sounds like ticking. Goes away as soon as you're above like $1,000. It's just the direct injectors firing. They're just a bit noisy. All of them are noisy. It's completely normal. It's not something to be worried about, but I just thought I'd let you know, just because it worried me initially, and I had to go and figure it out, because you wouldn't want your baby dying. Other than that, it's a really tidy car. It's given me no troubles. It's looking a little bit filthy because I've got the flash on, but everything works. All your courtesy lights. It does have courtesy lights in the mirror. I can get a video of those for you if you want, but basically as you walk up to the car, there's a little light in the mirror under there that lights up and just illuminates the ground for you. It looks pretty cool. Other than that, there's really nothing to say. It does have Bluetooth calling. Doesn't work particularly well. It's the same as the old Lexuses. Coming from the Lexus, you'll probably be quite familiar with all the running gear. It's all quite similar to a GS350, GS300 sort of thing. Factory lights work. They look pretty cool. You can replace them with LED, but I kind of like the yellow look. I do have LEDs in the front though, just because I wanted something a bit brighter. Other than that, there's really nothing to say. There's these here, which are just for the TV antenna, and this here for the ETC card reader. So it does have 2 ETC card readers. I've disabled both of them because they're really annoying. They're funny the first time, kind of cool when they make the Japanese noises, but they're really fucking annoying when they go on every time you turn the car on. I do have all of the factory manuals. It's got all of the service history from Japan, although probably not super helpful because I'm assuming you can't actually read Japanese, neither can I. But all the service history is actually here from Japan, so let me just open it up. Yeah, so we've got all of our service history here. You've got the DBO brake pad discs fitted at some point. Yeah, 40,000 Ks ago, that was a little while ago. Brakes are fine though, there's nothing to be worried about there. But that's your Japanese service history. I've got all the importation documentation in there. I've got a filthy paper towel from checking my oil. Oil's perfect, doesn't leak a drop. Yeah, change it every 5,000 Ks. I put 6.6 litres in, take 6.6 litres out, without worry. All the headrests work, seats fully work, they go back quite far. If you ever have rear passengers, they'll have no knees. This here is an alarm button. It works, it turns the alarm off. So say you want to leave the car off with your girlfriend sitting in it, if you don't push this before you turn the car off, if she moves in the car, the alarm will go off because there's a motion sensor in here. But yeah, everything works. It's basically, it's a spotless car. I've been driving it every day for the past year almost. Never given me any trouble runs perfectly. If anything, uses a little bit too much petrol, but that's fine. Like, it's just, I'm in bumper to bumper all day. All the buttons work. There's literally no fault to this car. If I didn't have a 110 coming, I would be keeping it for quite a while, because it's very nice, and I did originally intend to keep it. But yeah, let me know if you want to see anything particular, and I'll just send that through.